The world's #1 sports and recreation podcast, Cheap Heat, is back. If you can't tell, I have an audible voice, which is very exciting. I'm even managed to get some drops into the system.
We didn't get a single one of those drops, but that's
no,
okay.
I didn't hear those drops.
You don't hear what I'm playing right now? Didn't hear that?
No.
Oh, it's very unfortunate. I was playing It's Still Real to Me, damn it. Oh, it's really sad.
That's the theme of this episode, though, because based on last week's responses,
it's still real to people. Allison, you're going to be in the background of my podcast now, walking around with the baby, just so you know. My friend Allison is wandering around taking care of the baby. The baby's been making a lot of appearances this last week because Natalie is not around, and I am on daddy duty, and it is happening.
I haven't even met this baby yet, and I'm ready for it to start talking and walking and having opinions on wrestling.
You want to well, if it dip, I'll tell you right now, if she has opinions like anyone else in our Discord from last week, you won't want to hear her opinions.
No. Okay.
The mailbag, I'm sure, is on fire too.
I don't know. People are disagreeing with things that I said last week.
Maybe more than ever. I've said this.
What are people disagreeing with?
It lightly.
I want to know what people are disagreeing with.
They love the Cena thing. They loved it.
Remember, he asked.
Oh, they loved it. Well, these are. I don't. No one I know loved it. So personally, except Greg.
Greg is your only friend who loved it. I will say this, SG. I'm being serious. Like, regardless of how we disagree, I was shocked that many people agreed with you. Like, whether it's your opinion or not, and your opinion is great, and you defended it well, I bet even you were surprised. That was not a widely popular take. I was shocked at our group.
I'm surprised when people don't agree with me because obviously, I think everything I say
right.
is
I understand that
point.
But were you surprised that the room was that much on the same page?
I was surprised because I'm used to people disagreeing with me, not because I thought I was wrong, but because I'm so used to just having to, go in and reiterate and defend and say, well, this is what I was seeing, and expounding on little sentences and clips that I'm able to get off here.
Pulling shit from Shinola, as you tend to do.
Well, it wasn't on me to do that this week. What you would do.
This week, I finally watched the segment this morning from Monday, and now what can we do? This is what they're doing. This is what it is. So it's either we got to get on board with it or not. There's not going to be anything that great here with this. So I'm excited for the match. I've said it week in and week out. It's the biggest match that they could have possibly booked for WrestleMania, and I'm happy that they did it. But we're not going to get any real thought into the John Cena heel turn other than that it's a turn. And I'm thrilled that it is a turn. But we're not going to get that much deep changes and thoughts, and they're just going to go with he's turned on the fans, which we have to just live with.
I tend to agree. I didn't think this week. Now, I will say this week, I'll say this about this week. I liked that he got into more specifics that I found interesting, right? Like the spinner belt and stuff.
Yeah.
Here's my criticism. I thought about SGG and what he'd say about this. What I didn't love this week, and I say this, I mean, literally respectfully, not my sarcastic use of respectfully. I say this respectfully.
Now I don't know what to believe, but I'm just going to hear you out. I'm going to let it play out.
I love John. I really do love John, and I think he's an excellent performer in most ways. I've been critical of some things, but I think he's mostly an excellent performer and an all-time great. What I don't like about this week, and I guess it sort of is also bleeds over from last week, his tone, like, except for when he first starts and you see his face being like sort of down, once he talks, it's the exact same tone that he used to argue with heels. Yeah. And like, I'm sure SGG will give me an argument on why that's better, but to me it feels like not interesting. Like, I'm like, it sounds like he's talking to Randy Orton. Like, I just feel like this isn't new. Even though this is so new, it somehow SGG didn't feel new to me style-wise.
So not necessarily that it's better. I think you're right. Why I don't mind it is because, listen, we love John Cena. We've always said he's great on the mic. He can go at the best of them with a promo, including The Rock. He put The Rock in his place famously over a decade ago. But why I don't mind that his tone didn't change is because this is the same condescending Cena that he's always been. Now, as a babyface, he was condescending to these people that we didn't like. Even with Theory, when they had their WrestleMania match, it's the same condescending Cena. So now he's just focusing it on us. What I didn't like about this week's promo, though, and I hate to be the disagreeing again, because you mentioned that you like the little things that he got into. I feel like if the promos were reversed, that would have made sense. If that makes sense, right?
It doesn't make sense.
He's saying that he turned on the fans, and he gave specifics for why he turned on the fans. But last week he said he turned on them because he was tired of the abuse. But then this week he said, I've been watching you for 20 years, and this was all a social experiment. The social experiment piece of it should have come, I think, before he shined the mirror on the fans and said that you never loved me. I did all this to earn your favor, and so you don't deserve me. And because now the proof should have come with the conclusion. He gave the conclusion, and then this week we got the proof, which was the social experiment and the spinner belt and the toy. And I like all those elements. I just think they came out of order.
I hear that. Dip? You're just not into any of it, let's be honest.
No, I'm not into it. No. I need something. I'm so into the fact that he turned heel.
Right.
So into it.
You'll still be excited come Mania. No question.
Absolutely. I'm excited for the match. It's a huge match. The two of them face to face in the main event of WrestleMania. But no, I mean, I don't know. Like, nothing he has said, not a single word has been like exciting to me these last 2 weeks. He said the same thing again, basically the same thing these last 2 weeks. And nothing was like furthered, or there was no reasoning, and The Rock wasn't mentioned, and there was no.
And even his Cody attack, I'd like, it puts Cody in a really tough spot to me.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, I think he might like Cody still. I don't know. Maybe he likes him.
Yeah, like it's not clear. Like, I wish there was some hardcore jabbing at Cody, so Cody doesn't just have to be
That's what it needs.
And I'm a good guy, and I'm here to defend. Like, Cody's honestly put in a little bit of a bad spot by the lack of specificity that has existed. So Cody, I thought, ended up coming off a little hollow. Also, I'm gonna say it right now. I don't know if there are any plans to go back, so hopefully I don't get booed. Was this the worst European crowd we've seen at a show? I mean, maybe the bar has been high, but man, Glasgow, it was quiet during a lot of segments. Like, I just felt like they didn't know how to react to a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it was kind of weak. I'm sorry. The women's segment was a nightmare. The Bianca Rhea Io thing was dead silent, as if it was three meaningless losers in there. I was like, am I missing? Like, Bianca KO'd Io onto Rhea outside of the ring. By the way, and we'll get to that subject in a minute, in a huge storyline development segment. And by the way, I wanted to give some credit too. Adam Pearce has improved a lot. Adam Pearce is actually can be quite good, and
he's actually getting control of the situations.
They're almost giving him a character. He's like starting. I could see if he acts a little bit more heelish, there could be something. I still don't know why he doesn't go all the way into being something. Dip, your faces are saying you're not really into it. But they were just dead silent during that segment. And I thought they weren't great they were good at the beginning of the Cena thing. They started cheering, chanting FU, which if you watched the show late, you won't know because they dub it over with cheers and it makes no sense. And it's very confusing.
Did they?
Yes, I watched again this morning and it's all cheers. And then you hear Pat go, oh, they say that over here too? But you don't know what he's talking about because it's just cheers.
Should at this point, should we be comparing? And I'm not talking about like the way, what we talked about the other day, Peter, that my White Lotus take. But should we at this point just be comparing White Lotus and WrestleMania storylines?
Well, but here's the thing. This is why I don't think you want to go here. You and
I could play along with it. I could play along with it.
No, well, this is why you're not going to like it. I am SGG to your White Lotus take.
Right, I know.
Your White Lotus. The fact that first of all, you were wrong. You told me there was another episode that there wasn't. This is the episode I was on. That was the last episode. The Brothers Jerky was this episode.
Oh, I thought Brothers Mickey was the one you were referring to.
No, Brothers Mickey was last week.
Yeah, no, Brothers Jerky was this week.
He finds out that it's Brothers Jerky this week. Yeah.
But the idea that this lunatic Dipperstein. Hold on one second. Why is the building calling me? Hold on one second. Let's see what they.
They
Hello.
They want to put Dip in his place.
Yo.
It's Dave. The luggage rack is in front of your house.
Oh, thank you, bro. Can you just
You
leave?
need help with anything? You need help?
No. I got it. I'm just gonna hang some stuff up and bring it. I appreciate you, bro.
It's a small luggage rack. When I get the big one, I put the bigger one there.
Oh, thank you, bro. I'm probably gonna grab it in like a half hour. Thank you, man.
Okay, all right.
Peace. It's my guy.
The
Dave,
point
right
of
there.
me bringing this up was not for me to
I know, but
exploit my opinions on the show. I just think that
But
I just
You
think
did, but you can't
You
unring the
did.
bell.
And
The
no,
toothpaste is out of the tube.
but they're related. But Dip, these are related things. Sometimes your standard of what is something is like
I'm not
bonkers
talking
to
about
me.
that. I'm just saying we can compare the storylines, like of levels of importance and what we think is like what we're liking and what we're not. I'm not talking about my opinion on the series.
Yes, I suppose you could probably make some comparisons between White Lotus and WrestleMania, mostly because there are complaints in both cases that not a lot is happening. I do think there's an important, in both cases, I do think there's an important thing we need to point out to WrestleMania that I want to give a little bit of slack to the lead up for, which is, do you realize this year there's an extra 2 weeks that they have to fill that just never existed previously? So
I didn't realize that.
WrestleMania is April 20th.
That's true.
It's
Right. Last year it was next weekend.
yeah.
It was this this coming weekend?
Maybe 3 weeks later. Like, this is a lot of stretching they got to do to sort of make this thing work. But now, Emilio sent us a luxurious rundown.
But I'm just saying, like, as far as WrestleMania is concerned, I'm excited for every single match. I'm not saying that the state, like, heel Cena versus Cody Rhodes is mage. The triple threat is mage. Like, everything is for the
There's multiple triple threats I think they're setting up, and I think they're all going to be mage because you got the Roman, Punk, and Seth. You got the women's triple threat, and it looks like the Intercontinental Championship is at least a multi-man match.
It's all good stuff. I just wish that Cena had a little bit more oomph to this scenario. I wanted to see him come out like Hollywood Hogan, to be honest with you.
I get it. I think you are not alone. And to our beloved Discord, who I truly love, like the confidence with which people were like shitting on Dip's opinion. I get it. Dip can be a little rough around the edges, and it, whether he realizes it or not, intentionally sort of provokes in that way. But like their matter of factness, as if it was a ridiculous take to not like Cena's promo last week. I'm sorry, guys, that's farcical. It was at best it was split. At best it was split.
I think you're only saying that because you agree with Dip, and I'm gonna say as a counterpoint, it builds character. I've taken years of commentary like what Dip got from the Discord last week. It'll be all right.
But respectfully, I will tell the people in the Discord, some of the people I know who are truly knowledgeable about wrestling did reach out to me and absolutely loathed it. It is not a marky, dumb internet opinion to have not liked Cena's promo. Like, in fact, I think it was more the like, most people I think fell in the like, not a huge fan. I don't know if they hated it. I didn't. You are by far the most excited about it person I've met. I've not heard from one person.
I haven't spoken to one other person.
And this isn't just our group chat. Like, this is a various random.
But here's the thing too. Like I don't think on this show you get a lot of marky, dumb internet opinions. I think that we just have like different lenses. Sometimes it's echoed on the internet, but I don't think that we go to the internet to outsource our opinions and then bring it onto the show.
But that's my point. But and that's the point I'm
that's
making.
just how we feel, and then it is what it is. People like it or they don't, but it's just how we feel.
But that was just my point to the audience who was acting. Some of our people on our Discord were acting a little like as if the take of not liking Cena's promo was somehow like a crazy take. I'm down to have the discussion of. I was fascinated that people liked it a lot. But I was shocked people just poo-pooed the idea of, and by the way, there were obviously people who agreed with me and Dip in the Discord. They were there too. But it's just some people were so confident.
Too, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like that's what I'm saying. It was like the offensive from the pro Cena people. You would make it the pro Cena people in last week. The pro Cena people in our thing last week. They were like Trump election deniers. They were 100% sure that they were correct. He won the 2020 election. And I was like, but he didn't. And like, I don't think they realized. I'm like, the court of public opinion was not all on their side. They were like, no, it's a fact. This is what it is. At best, it is a split, completely subjective Some people liked it, some people don't like it. And then there's another crowd, which you're always a part of, but in this case, maybe a little more, you were more towards one side, which is just let it play out, which is fine. But in the case of an argument last week is a bit of a cop-out. Like,
But I think what people get confused with these discussions that like we have every week, and you have it online in different components, is that like it's a fact that you feel that way. It's not a fact that it is what it is. The fact is that you feel that way. So when you're arguing facts, you're actually arguing the fact of how you feel. And then in these conversations, it comes at you so fast that people mistake that for somebody saying the fact is that I feel this way, for the fact is that everyone should feel this way, and this is what it is. And that's just not what it is.
Yeah, no, that's not usually how these opinions work.
No.
Now, a bunch of things to get to. I'm not going to go in exact order of Emilio's great list here, though he did start, of course, with the Cody of it all. I want to jump ahead to number 4 here. We spent a lot of time last week, at least I did, with me questioning, why is it not Bianca Rhea? And Dip explained, well, Io must be grabbing the brass ring. She does a great job. They obviously just want her in that spot, blah, blah. And now we find out that next week, Rhea and Io have a rematch, and the winner gets Bianca at WrestleMania.
You left out a very important wrinkle, too. You mentioned Adam Pearce and him putting his foot down and being a great authority figure. Bianca confronts him about that decision, and he says, and you will be the special referee in that match.
And so she's the special guest referee, meaning we should... They're probably going to solidify Bianca as a heel, I would think, or not, maybe not solidify, because I doubt they'll do that until they get to the Jade thing later. And by the way, I have a theory on this. I thought of it like the second I saw the Cena thing happen. They obviously kicked the can, and by the way, this is total hearsay, but this is what I believe. They kicked the can on Bianca's heel turn because of Cena. They just couldn't. Yeah. They couldn't do it the same week. It just was like, we're not going to take our biggest like male heel and female heel, I mean baby faces, and turn them the same week. I think
literally, I don't know what I would do if they did that. I cannot defend a John and Jane Cena heel turn.
You can't. It's too much.
It's too much. It's too
Here's
much.
the thing. Here's the fact that they are. You're right. I agree with you. And now that I think about it, it makes complete sense. But if they use Io Sky and Rhea to turn Bianca heel and not the Jade Cargill storyline, they're out of their freaking minds. Like, what?
It would be an odd choice to me. My feeling is this will sort of get her closer to heel, but she'll live close to the line. And then maybe after WrestleMania, we will get the full "it was me all along," and she'll be into it.
I mean, if you get the Naomi and Bianca are both heels, and it was me all along behind the whole thing. Was that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I think we will
see you there.
I think my thought is, like, by the time we get to Backlash, SummerSlam, whatever it is, there's going to be a time where I think heel Bianca with heel Naomi walking behind her is like the thing. Like that's where I think
I'm with it, and I'm here for it.
But I will say, I can't believe, I'm truly shocked when they announced that they're having another match next week. I'm truly shocked. I was sure the triple threat was it. I thought this was done. And to me now, guys, once you announce that they're having yet again another match, you can't now go back to a triple threat yet again. That would be like, they already it was so obviously going to be a triple threat that to then swerve us again and go back to a triple threat would be so weird to me and anticlimactic. They have to have a winner next week, and that's it.
I think it is going to be a triple threat, but I think they're going to give us a definitive reason for the triple threat, because let's face it. Rhea lost, right? She was out. She lost. She complained about it. She put her name on the contract. She wants that WrestleMania match, but Rhea lost. And I think it's going to be a triple threat because I just cannot imagine a world where Bianca's in for sure, but where either Io or Rhea is left off of the WrestleMania card because of shenanigans from Bianca, right? Like, they're going to both have a gripe with Bianca and this championship, and I think they're going to both be placed in a position where they can settle it. Now, I don't know if that means that she's going to cost Io the title as special guest referee, or if she's going to make sure that Rhea retains, but I think this sets us up for some shenanigans that are like indisputable. Bianca got involved.
But can I just
We
say,
need
like,
to resolve it in the ring.
you're probably right, and it would look nuts at this point to leave any of them out because they've all been in it so much. But like, to me, it feels anticlimactic because it feels like we already knew it was a triple threat. Like it turning into a triple threat next week is like, oh, you had to have another match to get us to, like, we were already there. Once Rhea showed up, even though we all thought it was stupid that she just grabbed the contract and signed it, and I'm glad Adam Pearce addressed and he was like, that's not binding. Yeah, I know it's not, bro, but come on.
This is wrestling. It hasn't been like
I just thought we were there. All right. So
you jump to number 5 on the list.
So 5 is next week. We're gonna get Gunther and Jimmy Uso in London next week after the Usos tagged together on Monday and beat A-Town Down Under. And let me just say to Jimmy Uso, my man slapped the dog-ish out of Gunther the other day. Dip, you got to see this slap. It is.
I know. I heard about the slap. I didn't see it. How do they make this interesting for us? How do we get this to be interesting? Is there any story they can tell in the next 3 weeks that's going to make this sort of have any real meaning to it, or any oomph behind this? Is there a story between the two of these guys that they can tell, even if it's quick?
Did you see the Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso promo after the tag match?
Yeah, that's where they're gonna. No, he didn't see it yet. That's
okay. So I will say that it's interesting. It's interesting.
It is.
Yeah.
What did they say?
Wait, SUG, you really think that Dip is going to think that's interesting? No, honestly, not yourself. Not yourself.
The fact is that that's how I feel.
What did they
do? The fact is that that's how I feel.
And you feel it's interesting.
Yeah, and also I think it's not fair for Dip to say, can they do anything interesting with that while completely missing these major points. Like he didn't see the promo.
How major are we talking?
He heard about the slap.
No, you won't. He won't think it's major.
He might not think it's major, but it's not fair to say that it's not interesting.
What's the promo? What did they say in the promo?
You know what I mean? He didn't see it at all.
Of course it's not. But I was aware of that when he did the show today.
Okay.
I'll give Dip a pass this week. He's been in literal hell. But the nuts and bolts of the promo was Jimmy telling Jay, "What's wrong with you? You don't look like yourself. You look terrible. You tried your dive outside the ring the other day and embarrassed yourself. You hit the rope. You're a meme on the internet. Everyone's making fun of you. You
look dive like that Jimmy did on Friday flawlessly, right? After
yeah. Then Jimmy did the big dive on Friday. He's like, what version of Jay is this? This is not if this is the version that you have against Gunther, you're going to lose.
Yeah. He specifically said we need the right-hand man. Then he challenges Gunther, slaps the dog-ish out of Gunther, as you said. And I think that what's going to make it interesting is next week, because remember how we got the right-hand man, Jey Uso, in the first place, right? He joined up with Roman to protect Jimmy. Roman was strangling Jimmy. He quit. Then in the rematch, to protect Jimmy, he laid down for Roman again. And then he became this ruthless version of himself because of how much he wants to protect Jimmy. So I think Jimmy is going to sacrifice himself. Like, Jimmy is going to make Gunther be a very more ruthless version of himself, punish Jimmy, and as Gunther's punishing Jimmy, we're gonna get that version of Jay that Jimmy said.
So you know what they need to do? You know what they need to do then? They need to do full Apollo Creed.
I think, yeah.
Jimmy needs to go to Jay before the match and say, no matter what happens, you cannot stop this match.
Yeah.
And it needs to look like Rocky IV. And obviously Jimmy's not going to die in the ring, but it needs to look like he's dying. Yeah. And you see Jay just getting held back and like is dying.
I like this.
Yeah. That could be something.
I like it.
That could be something.
Do you watch wrestling? You must watch wrestling.
I think it's great. I'm a big fan. Yeah, I do. Yeah. In fact, I'll be watching tonight. But everyone watch Evolve at 8:00 on Tubi.
Right.
Episode 4.
Good Evolve reports.
You're getting good Evolve reports?
Yeah.
You're hearing good things.
I am
from some wrestlers. Getting some good wrestler Evolve reports.
People are enjoying, like, people actually enjoy Revolve. I mean, Revolve.
There's some chatter.
It does feel like there's some chatter around it. I'll tell you one thing. It is a lovingly short program. It is 47 minutes of just wrestling, which we think is great.
Yeah.
I think the commentaries, I got to tell you guys, I just want to put my guy over. Robert Stone is good, man. He's a really fun listen with me.
Y'all have really good chemistry.
We do. I thank you, SUG. I think we do too. And I'm kind of surprised. We only met each other 2 months ago, whatever it was.
I stumbled upon Rob Stone's Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Have you met these kids?
Oh, yeah. The kids.
Age.
Dude, him and his kids. Let me tell you why I love Rob Stone. And if you guys don't know, which I'm sure many people don't, if you didn't follow his little time that he's been in NXT, he was Robbie E, famously in TNA.
Mm-hmm. He seems like a great guy.
No, he is the best guy. That guy is such a quality guy. And I hope you wouldn't mind me saying this, but like when we had a little introductory call that when I found out I was working with him, I just called him and we started talking. He's a Jersey guy. He's like 40. And I was like, so we were just chatting. I'm like, just curious, like, what do you want to do in the business? Like, what's your goal in the business? And he was like, dude, I live in Orlando. I go to NXT. Like, my kids are here. I live off wrestling. I just want to do whatever they need me to do. Like, he is a wrestler. He was like, I'm just a wrestler, man. Like, I'm down. I'll talk. I'll manage. I'll do commentary. I'll whatever. And I was like, bro, if you're talented and you have that attitude, you are going to be around for a very long time. And that is what he's like. He just wants to work.
Should we do a Cheap Heat Evolve field trip? Should we go down?
Oh my God. I sort of like what you're saying.
I want to go down. Like, I love Brad Bale. I want to meet the Keanu. I want to meet some of the people.
You know what?
I want to go down. I want to see
to meet Swipe Right.
I get it. So does Natalie, but I won't let her. I won't let Natalie be in the same room as them.
Yeah.
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Mr. Steal Your Girls.
Here's my take on you and Rob Stone. He's in much better shape than you.
I hate to say it, but he has a better head of hair too.
He posted a picture the other day, and I just held it up to Natalie and went, "Look at this freaking guy. He's cut from stone. It's insane. That guy. Can you believe this guy's a Jew? Look at this man's. Yeah,
get out.
It's a Jew.
What's his last name?
Strauss.
Strauss?
Yeah.
Rob Strauss?
Yes.
No.
Oh my God. What?
Where did he have his bar mitzvah? What was the theme of his bar mitzvah?
What was the theme of his bar mitzvah?
We need to know.
Oh my God. I want to know everything about what it's like to be being a Jew in Orlando.
Add him to the group chat.
Yeah, that guy. I've never met a Jew who looks like that. He's in shape that you would not believe, this guy. Oh my God.
Am I signing Rob Stone?
You should. He's made. Yeah. I'm a big fan. I'm a really big fan.
Wow. Right. I've never met him.
Yeah, well, listen, maybe SGG is right, and we should do like a springtime. You guys come down. We go to Evolve. We do some interviews with the Evolve talent. We put the Evolve talent on Cheap Heat. We go get a mage dinner after the tapings in Orlando. What are your teas?
I think that's
my idea, so I love it.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Versus Swipe Right seems like it makes a lot of sense.
All right. Moving right along. Let's see. TNA. Do you guys hear about this TNA shakeup?
Yeah.
I heard, but I'm not.
They fired Gail Kim?
Yeah.
What the hell what's going on here? Yeah. Why?
No.
Yeah.
I don't like that one bit.
No. Not at all.
North Carolina lawmakers introduce a bill to study the feasibility of a wrestling Hall of Fame named after Ric Flair.
I mean, okay.
Well deserved.
Do it. They're the lawmakers. Just do it. Just write the bill and do it.
By the way, I got to tell you though, a North Carolina like proper wrestling Hall of Fame would be that it makes sense.
Yeah.
Of course.
But then would that inspire like sort of not copycats, but like now there's a Minnesota Wrestling Hall of Fame named after
Ric Flair also.
Many people. Yeah, word. Ric Flair also.
He should probably be in the Minnesota one. Let's be honest about it.
Yeah, of course.
So they didn't announce. Emilio included the fact that Fightful Fightful has revealed that there's a fatal 4-way for the IC title at Mania.
I get my WrestleMania card updates from 3 places.
Okay, go ahead.
Monday Night Raw.
Yep.
Friday Night SmackDown.
Yep.
and the Cheap Heat podcast.
That's it. So it's not
No
official.
disrespect. No, yeah, no, not official.
It doesn't matter what happens in that fatal 4-way. Here's my take on this. It doesn't matter what happens in that fatal 4-way. That belt is not coming off Braun Breaker anytime soon. That guy will have that championship for a very long time.
Unless they listen, Jay beat Braun for the Intercontinental title. Braun took it back from Jay.
Jay's not getting the title now.
I don't mind Jay getting the title and Braun dropping the title and then Braun moving.
No one's pinning Braun Breaker right now.
Main event world title division. Well, there's 4 people in the fatal 4. He doesn't have to be pinned.
That's the beauty, though. He doesn't have to get pinned in this match. I will say this, though. If what they're reporting is true, and we end up with all the guys who have been around the IC title, Braun, Penta, Finn, and Dom, that is good use of those guys. Like,
excellent use of those guys.
Penta should be in an IC title match this year. That's exactly where he should be.
He's so
crazy. It's crazy that he debuted this year. And he should be, and we feel that he should be in a championship match at WrestleMania.
He's penting.
I got to tell you, I got a great take. Dipperstein's going to love this. The Penta debut and emergence in WWE feels very old school. Someone from like WCW or Crockett coming to WWE and immediately being Mage. He's like the Brain Busters. He's just there and Mage. Like that's just like. I'm not going to go Flair. Well, Flair, no one's Flair. I mean, Flair's Flair.
He came in and in months he was a champion.
I loved him in AEW, dude. Both of them. I was like, these two are maybe like the best tag team in the world. And
by the way, is Rey Fenix still in AEW?
No.
There's reports that he was released and like officially released. So
he's coming to WWE probably.
Oh boy.
I have a question for both of you.
They are Shoot Brothers?
Yeah.
Those are Shoot Brothers.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Penta tag with anybody right now. I'm liking this solo Penta scenario.
Me too.
Yeah, they might have to send Rey Fenix to SmackDown just to make sure they're not even tempted to break that glass.
Or NXT.
But,
all right, go ahead. Go ahead, SG. Your question.
WWE, a superstar returned last night. Apparently, El Grande, not last night, on Monday night, I guess I should say. El Grande Americano from the Gulf of America. I'm not going to lie. I thought that the video package introducing El Grande Americano and then the match and all of it was top tier. I know they're getting some hate because of the use of the Gulf of America and the use of AI to help with the creation of the video package. But for me as a fan, I thought it was top tier.
You got to go. Dipperstein has to go. Oh, but I'm about to show the promo of El Grande Americana.
I got to go for sure.
All right, so long. Bye.
So bye.
Here he goes. Dipperstein is out. Let's check this out together, SUG, shall we? Make sure I'm giving you the volume the right way. It's so crazy. I've been protecting my voice all week, and the one time I like start getting loud and yelling a bit is on Cheap Heat. Now I'm trying to bring it back down. All right, here we go.
The rich, illustrious history of Lucha Libre is filled with legends like Blue Demon, the Guerrero family, and Mil Máscaras. But one star shines brighter than all the rest. El Grande Americano. Hailing from the Gulf of America, El Grande Americano was raised to be the ultimate luchador. He quickly rose to the top of the industry and for decades was the face of Lucha Libre. But after being blackballed by his jealous enemies, he disappeared without a trace. Now, the legend has returned to bring the honor and glory back to this beautiful sport. He is an icon. He is a trailblazer. He is El Grande Americano.
The only thing that I guess wouldn't surprise me is that the reference to Gulf of America, because that's based in there is a real thing there. Although using it is still tongue in cheek. So like, I understand that there are things that can make you. I get it, but also it is funny, given that he's a ridiculous fake American luchador, that he would call it the Gulf of America, even if it wasn't called the Gulf of America.
Right.
So what are people most bothered by? Is it that, or is it other things?
It's the combination. It's the Gulf of America piece, the use of the AI in the video package.
Why does that bother people?
AI is bad. People don't like AI
So
art, and they feel like
so people just
I
get,
don't know how WWE was supposed to create images from a person that never existed.
wait, so people don't like the use of AI even in a tongue-in-cheek silly way?
Nah,
Because help me. I'm being serious. I'm not asking
no,
this like, I'm being serious. I don't understand because what?
it's going to the fact of like AI is taking jobs away from artists and things of that nature. It's in this context though, I'm willing to give it a pass. And it is a small minority of people that I've seen that hate the AI use piece of it. It was more about the Gulf of America and the seemingly right wing leaning nature of just that usage.
That
It,
the
dots were being connected that may not necessarily be connected, basically.
got it. Okay. I all of it seems a bit tenuous. The whole thing is very silly.
Yeah.
And
Commentary commentary doesn't even take it serious. Like Michael Cole continues to call him Chad Gable. Like Michael Cole presented the whole thing as like preposterous. He
right.
had a match later that night, so when you see that match, you'll see like it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I understand people's feelings, but as long as he's being a complete and total joke and a heel, by the way, it's I can't really. I don't believe in getting offended by things related to heels, really. Like
Well,
rarely. I mean, I'm
fair,
not saying it can't happen, but it would take a lot.
fair. Especially a heel who's being presented as just a joke. Like the whole Michael Cole even said on commentary, "Look, I tried to research this guy. Grande Americano doesn't exist. We know this is Chad Gable. Like this is all a farce. Like they lay it out there that this is nonsense. So let's treat it like nonsense. Let's have fun with it."
By the way, I got to tell you, I am in the right place when it comes to pro wrestling fans, man. This is the right place for me. We are, I swear to you, there is not another niche genre of art that is as snowflakey as wrestling. I found my home. I mean, we are this group. This is the only area I'm in where sometimes the wrestling world gets bad. I'm like, what? Where I feel like I'm an old, like, I'm like, really? Oh, I didn't even think about that. Like, I feel like an old grandmother. It makes me proud. We're a very thoughtful, inclusive, fan base.
I'll
So
admit, when I saw the Gulf of America, because I watched live, I was just like, "There's no way they said that." And I rewound it, and I rewound it again. I ended up catching Raw on delay because I watched that promo probably like 3 or 4 times, and it's hilarious. I mean, I'm sorry.
yeah, no, listen, the Gulf of America thing will catch you, especially to those of us who are incredibly sensitive about the absolute lunacy that we're living in. So I totally get hearing that and going like, but when you think about it in the context of what this character is, it does kind of work. Just saying.
And when you hear his entrance music, it's stupid. This is,
And by
I
the
mean,
way,
stupid in like the funniest sense.
in terms of other things we have to worry about, Gulf of America was so 2 months ago.
Yeah.
We've crossed so many boundaries since then. So many Rubicons and lexicons. I think all the cons have been complex cons. Everything. Did you watch NXT last night yet?
Not yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Just because I'm curious to see how those matches played out for our new NXT Women's Champ, first doubles champ, women's double champ at NXT, defending both titles.
Stephanie Vaquer had both titles on the line last night.
Yeah.
Trying to see. I'm going through. You know what's sad too? Look what you've done, SUG. Poor Emilio didn't include one. He didn't include one AEW topic. And
That's not on me. That's not on me.
And you know he watched Slam Dunk Saturday, Slam Dunk Sunday. He watched Dynamite. He saw all of it.
Dynamite's going up on the double screen tonight.
By the way, we didn't even talk about the Moxley thing from last week. That was. Where does that rank among the most gruesome things you've ever seen in wrestling?
It jumps up to like top 10 minimum, just because I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I was gonna say top 5, but just I'm gonna be conservative and say top 10. Where it actually lands, I'll have to think about. But the skin peeling off just runs it towards the top of the list.
Wait, peeled off? Did it get peeled off? I just remember seeing it
Be
pulled.
just like pulled, like they stretched.
Oh,
so it a lot. I would say a lot for me. I don't want my skin stretched, and it was back.
I would say a lot. It freaked me out, man.
Yeah.
I
no
was
blood. Dip. I know Dip usually wants blood. There was not much blood from that.
It was only like a trickle of blood, but man, that was horrifying.
Yeah.
In terms of regular TV, it was one of the most gruesome things I've ever seen.
Yeah, easily top 5. Because on PLEs you get like when I think about Randy Orton stretching out Jeff Hardy's ear hole.
I forgot.
Crazy.
That was disgusting.
It's definitely above Seth Rollins taking out Rey Mysterio's eye. Way above that.
Yeah.
Not that. That's actually not gruesome at all.
Yeah, this was legit. Like you could just see every single bit of it. It was foul.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Guys, so this week, as you around for a good Patreon this week? Because I'm doing nothing but taking care of the baby this week, so I am down.
And I'm down.
Yeah. So we owe you guys from last week where I lost my voice, and I want to wrap up today so I don't lose my voice again. But we will come back with a Patreon this week also. The half of the shirt for WrestleMania has been designed. Did I show it to you yet? You
didn't show me half of the shirt, but show me the inspiration.
No, I'm gonna show you. Hold on. I just want to hear you react. You don't have to say anything, of course, but I'm gonna send it to you. And we do have to go through our list of. I have to go through all of our egg everythings and make sure you guys, the egg everythings who are around for most of this year, get taken care of. Because you can't show up and be an egg everything for a month and get the T-shirt.
No,
you had to have actually been an egg everything.
Yeah. Callan, if you were an egg everything for 2024,
you're getting the shirt.
Got the shirt.
Here's the front of the shirt. We're working on the back right now. This to me, I mean, I'm a little biased, obviously, but
oh yeah,
come on, man.
Yeah, man.
Come on. Yo, Jonathan Bartlett, you a genius, my G.
I like the chain placement. I don't want to say too much.
Yeah. Nah, it's so good. I friggin' love it. It warms my heart. I can't wait. So we're gonna have these at WrestleMania. We'll have them at the Heat and Greet with Wrestling for Sale that's going down on Friday at Palace Station, right, SGG?
That's right. Tailgate social at the Palace Station Hotel.
Yeah, that'll be on Friday. It's going to be happening. So we'll see you guys on Patreon this week. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hang on the Discord. Send us your emails. RosenbergWrestling@gmail.com. Send your emails. We'll get to them next week or on Patreon. SUG, stay mage.
And take it easy, man.